on the beat.
I see mommy in Kechi, a rapper don't tell she the kneel for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from crow, in Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. This F they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg, my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
I see mommy in Kechi, a rapper don't tell she the kneel for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from crow, in Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. This F they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg, my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try, yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try, yo.
Back up joints with a trembling, oh, hey. If we no join our children go so.
This is my wicked word. This is my confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I will tell you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Driver they go. Opposite Udi, but the right hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road, I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. Driver waiting they happen. Driver tell the body boy, see no day for talk. See no day for talk. We better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver waiting, the driver waiting. This is my wicked word. This is my Confucian word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Polly they go to work. Polly they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The river they go. The river they go. Opposite Udi. But the right hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver. The driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen.
heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru abụọ na anọ bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala, ha niile si na ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka i wee tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezụga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ ikpeta mazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpee isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. I don't believe in coups. I don't believe in it. It was this Janjaweed who brought imbalance and injustice, unfairness into Nigeria's governance with the help of the United Kingdom. Because they see you as their slaves, you are still a colony. You are still niggers to them. After all, that was what they named you, Nigeria, nigger area. People who are niggers occupying a nigger area. That's your name, Nigeria. That's the meaning of Nigeria. If you don't know. If when they call it Nigeria, it sounds a bit sweet. It sounds a bit okay. Nigger area. That's who you are. You're a nigger. That's your name. French, they call it Niger. Black people in this UG. Lord, have mercy upon yourselves. It was the Janjaweed that brought in all this garbage into the zoo. And we are going to fight them every inch of the way. We're not going to concede. Not 1 inch. And Umahi, Miyetiala, if you are in any forest in Biafra land, you are gone. We'll meet you there, you will die. Leave our forest alone. The same people that said no, ban on open grazing, have they been able to enforce it? It is actually ESM that is enforcing the ban on open grazing. That is why no cattle should be seen in our forest. We don't want people there. Because it is a plan by the Fulani Janjaweed to make our life an absolute misery. I want to turn to my own fellow Biafrans, those in Bayelsa State. You know, I'm sure by tomorrow now, DSS will give you some money. Maybe, I don't know if it's, I think now what they give is, I don't know if it's 400,000 naira for you to get a group of people, share you 400,000 naira to present your face as maybe one group or solidarity advocacy group of Bayelsa. I want to ask Edwin Clark this very evening. He's an old man, so he knows. He was a traitor, a frontline traitor during the war. All of you that betrayed Biafra, where are you today? Edwin Clark, I'm asking you, where are you today? And I don't want to talk about Tom Noggin, the man that they removed, and none of you did anything about it. But you're from the so-called South, you're Niger Delta, or South, or South. I don't know where the South will stop. Because in geography, there is nothing, in no cardinal point is South. I want to ask you this evening. There is a man called Moses Jitobo from Biafra State. He was meant to be the next IG of police. He's the one who's supposed to be there now. 2 months ago, when Adamu's tenure was over, they played the game and prolonged his tenure to another 3 months. He came to talk rubbish, and they sacked him. This man he's a young man because I'm older than him. He's only 52 years old. He should have been the IG of police. His name is Moses Jitobo from Biafra State. They retired him at the age of 52 instead of making him the IG of police. And now what they did, they went for a 57-year-old northern Fulani Muslim to make him the acting IG of police. And I have not heard anybody crying from Biafra of marginalization. I have not heard any of them come to lament or protest about domination. The oil in our land, the oil that you have in the land of Biafra, 80% of it belongs to the north. The other 19.5% belongs to Yoruba. Only 0.5% belongs to 1 or 2 people from the east. Nobody's dominating you. Do you see how clever the Fulanis are, how they play this very game? Fulani, they don't have any issues. All they need to do is to get you hating yourselves. That is all they need to do. Very clever, very brilliant tactics, I'm telling you. Very, very brilliant. All they need to do is to get you to hate yourselves. That is all they need to do. And then they relax and they enjoy the fallout. It was the stupidity of the likes of Edwin Clark that made it possible for them to dismiss Onogen. He wasn't the Chief Justice for long. They made it possible for this young man, Moses Jitobo, to be disgraced out of Abuja at the age of 52. You know, I keep telling them, treachery never pays. DSS will come to us and say, oh, don't worry, you're not him or you're alone. I accept independence. Because they know that alone you cannot fight them. Do you think they're stupid? It's a simple case of divide and rule. They know if you're... Look at Ogoni, I keep asking every day. Have they cleaned the land of Ogoni? Have they gotten their independence? Have they... has life improved in Ogoni land? The answer is no. But the Fulani will encourage you to assert your Ogoni identity over Biafra. You're not Biafra. Biafra is what binds all of us together. And with the name Biafra, we can fight and be free. All of us. But they tell you, don't support Biafra. You're Ogoni. You are a job. But our brother has been sacked. What did you do? Because you are too small to confront the might of Fulani Janjaweedism. You are too small. You cannot. Only in Biafra can we confront them. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was why I remember the DSS director, again also from Biafra, that they removed. They sacked him. They sacked Onogen. They sacked him. And that oil you're fighting for, what's it called again? Resource control. You can never get it. You can never ever get it. From now till the kingdom come, you can't. Do you know why? Because they cleverly carved you out of Biafra. Once you're out of Biafra, everything you're asking for, everything you're agitating for, you can never get. But as one, we are unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Ask yourself this question. Why is it that the Janjaweed are concerned with you, some of you in the East? Politicians taking over and floating your own security outfit by state, per state. When they have a greater problem in the north. Some of you, I have preached this thing before, but some of you don't listen. Britain knows what I'm saying. Obasanjo, who is their slave, understands what I'm saying. Every intelligence agency in the world understands what I'm saying. Who created ISIS in West Africa province? They only, I think it was yesterday that they released the video of Saturday's attack on Damasak in Borno. Do you know why they keep attacking Borno all the time? Some of you don't know this, do you? You have no idea. It is how the Fulanis behave. They are attacking Borno because Borno never fell to Fulani Caliphate. And there was a strategy that I learned from the Shehu of Borno that fought the Fulani when they were coming. Anywhere they gather, the Shehu of Borno will attack them. The Shehu never allowed the Fulani to attack his kingdom. Never. Never. The paramount ruler of Borno, his title is the Shehu of Borno, not Emir of Borno. Shehu of Borno. It's only now that the Fulanis are forcibly creating their emirates all over the place. In that part of the world. For Borno never fell. The Kanem Borno Empire never fell. They are not Fulani. Medugri is not Fulani. Borno is not Fulani. They are Kanem Borno people. Very old as well, if I might add. They fought against the Fulani by attacking every Fulani formation. Every Fulani army sent to attack them, to conquer them, they defeated. And do you know oh God, these people don't know history. The people leading the charge were actually Fulanis, but the foot soldiers were Hausa people. The same way it is today. That is why every Fulani terror group is focusing on Borno. They want Borno to fall to them. That is something that people don't know. You don't want to say, oh, we Northerners. That is the trick they play on some of you. Fulani will say, we Northerners. And that Northerners that I'm mentioning includes Igbo people in Benue State. That is the joke of the century. We Northerners. But in Borno, attacking Borno. ISIS in West Africa released a video of Saturday's attack on Damasak in Borno State. I have not heard people say, oh, there's instability in Borno. Do something. Let's do this. Let's do this. Innocent people were released from a prison in Owere. Everywhere. Hey, even governor's forum. Everybody. Our life is in danger. Security everywhere. But in Borno is being ravaged on all sides, from all sides by Fulani Janjaweed. From every angle, Borno is in trouble. Are you not aware of that? But they're focusing on Owere. They released their video. The reason why I'm mentioning this is this. I want to let you understand something you don't know. It was Buhari, when he was alive, that created ISIS in West Africa. Buhari created ISIS. They thought they were being very clever. You know DSS in Nigeria, they're so foolish. All they know in life, they think if we divide them, if we get somebody, Opudele of Repop, or somebody like that, or form Bubagwa, to rival ESN, somehow they will succeed. That is how they are.
We are going to present Biafra after 2nd of December as the only remedy to the political crisis in Nigeria today. We will present Biafra as the only remedy to the upsurge of terrorists in the Sahel. I am telling you, nobody will see what we are doing today as a government in exile and don't give us that particular opportunity. We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that Nigeria as a failed state, the only remedy that will save the life of people and also save the interests of the West, because no matter how you want to say it, we still have to protect the interests of the West, which goes a very long way in making sure that our society still remain in a sane society, both in conflict-wise, insecurity-wise, national security, and what have you. So Nigeria no longer function as a law-governed state, capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. My people of Biafra, our declaration in December is providing a remedy, providing alternative to the Biafra people and to the world, and to those who have business interests in the area, in Sahel area, Sahel region, and in Nigeria as a whole, because this is going to affect them positively. So Nigeria have found itself in a situation where they have become incapacitated. They are not capable of resolving every crisis that they are facing today. So the state is already a failed state. So what are we going to do in December 2nd? Our declaration will offer solution. And like I said, remedy, remedy, remedy to the economic crisis, to the insecurity, to the upsurge of terrorism, and what have you. And we believe that those who supported Nigeria to commit genocide against Biafrans in the 60s must be very ashamed of themselves today. Though we can see that many of them who are very corrupt, I am talking about those in America, for example, like, you know, some of them we have seen removing Nigeria from the list of, special interest of a state that have committed crime against Christians, for example. Those who remove Nigeria without investigation, they are struggling very hard, trying not to look stupid by their continuous support for the Nigeria, even when they knew that Nigeria is already a failed state. The more they try to revive Nigeria, following their fake diplomatic ties, and the more Nigeria will continue to fail them. So, my people, there is no two ways about it. This time around, we have come to outsmart the nomadic system of Nigeria. And of course, our aim and objective is to bring and restore true democracy in Biafra land, which will affect the entire region. After December 2nd, we will move to the next level, which I call the phase 2 of the Biafra liberation, which this phase 2 will see the establishment and the activation of the state institution within Biafra land, which is already functional as I speak. That will take over the Nigeria state functions, will take over the functions of other institutions from the Nigeria state, and that is the part of the delegitimization of Nigeria. And by announcing the United States of Biafra commitment to several international sanctioned principles, policies, and international recognized organization that Nigeria never had, we are going to make sure we approach every international organization that Nigeria has violated their treaties with impunity, providing Biafra to them and presenting Biafra as a remedy and alternative. With what we have done so far, we have been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you can't forge any document in Biafra and present it anywhere. We have eliminated the possibility to forge document, unlike the runners and all the criminals in Yoruba land are doing. That's what they do. They make a living by forgery. So my people in the United States, for those who are very, very unsure of what will happen after December 2nd, I am telling you now, giving you a hint. Our declaration of independence or declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be expected to legitimize the Biafra government in the eye of other non-terrorist states. This is going to take a very long time, and it requires many diplomatic approach, political approach, and of course, it also requires commitment from the Biafra government, which I believe we are not shaking from that end. In turn, we will be expected to recognize Biafra, and we don't care how long this will take. This kind of legitimization of Biafra state will be culminated in the quest or in our request or appeal to other states and international organizations to recognize the independence of Biafra. Our grievances that we expected to be listed on the declaration document has been drafted or has been drafted by our committee on the declaration of the declaration drafting committee will include the grievance declaration, the institutionalizing declaration and the commitment declaration. I want you all in the United States to listen to this. Very, very important. We are going to have 3 major grievances in our declaration document. And so, if you don't know what we are doing, we are fighting Nigeria academically, we are fighting Nigeria with brain, we are fighting Nigeria physically, and we are fighting Nigeria with gun. So what am I? Let me repeat it again. I said, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will cover 3 major grievances. One is grievances declaration, institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. And this different declaration will be elaborated during the time of our convention in Finland. So when you come to Finland, you're going to have first-hand information, and you are going to read the history, be part of the history, and stay where the history is happening, so that you will not say they told you, or you will not say you watch it from the social media. No, you are going to be there. Those who are privileged to come to Finland, you will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it is done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans, who will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra, no, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them use it to do propaganda, which doesn't move us. Because the thing is that they don't know what we are doing, they don't have the information, and they will never have the information. And even if they do, they will never support Biafra. And we don't expect everybody to support Biafra. Like I've said previously, even this Finland, when they voted 88 over 100, you know how many that voted for Finland Declaration of Independence. So what I'm trying to say is that the United States, those Biafrans in the United States, all of you must understand that the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in December is going to come with a heavy Edwakanono. Edwakanono to the enemies, both the outside and within. And so we are going to be taking a little bit step forward to the Edwakanono that is happening presently. It is a must. So those who think that Simon Ekpa is laughing at them or laughing with them, my brother, don't look at this laugh and this face. I have always warned, if you follow this face, you'll be deceived. I am not here with a clean eye, fighting for Biafra, fighting against Nigeria Islamic State, fighting against the terrorist state of Nigeria, Ejira Anyoma, and Osa Nigeria. Don't look this face, it will deceive you. I want to assure you that in the coming weeks, on this lockdown of Nigeria institution, is going to be a litmus test of what is to come. We will continue to prove to Nigeria terrorist state that they have lost every legitimacy to govern anybody in Biafra territory.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining those who have joined me on YouTube and those who are joining us on TikTok, wherever you are connecting from. I welcome you to this very program this morning. We have a little bit change. We are broadcasting today on Biafra Exodus Hashtag TV. We are broadcasting on Biafra Exodus Hashtag TV, and that is where we'll be broadcasting for the main time until they lift the ban on our main channel. Our main channel, David Herbert's channel, we cannot broadcast there because of restrictions. We had restriction yesterday. While we were doing our live program yesterday, our video was taken down. You know, YouTube with their policies and all that. So they took down our video and suspended our live streaming on that our main channel. So we will not be able to broadcast in our main channel for the main time. We'll be broadcasting here until the ban is lifted. Once the ban is lifted, we go back to our main channel where we will continue to broadcast. But for those who are able to locate our backup channel, Biafra Exodus Hashtag TV. So if you have located Biafra Exodus Hashtag TV or you are part of it, share to others. Share to your platform, share to all other followers so that they can be able to know where we are. And I know so many of them will be looking for us this morning. So many of them will be looking for us this morning, evening, afternoon, depending according to your own zone. but they will not be able to locate us because of that restriction. So we have to be managing this very point until they lift the ban on our live stream on David Harbour channel. In David Harbour channel, we can still post our daily videos. We can still post other informations, but live streaming, we cannot be able to do live streaming there. So they restrict us from live streaming. So we have to wait until when they lift the ban, we will now continue. But for the meantime, all our live streaming morning and evening will be on Biafra Exodus TV on YouTube. So wherever you are, try as much as possible to locate us on Biafra Exodus TV. That is where you can find us, where you can join us live on our program. You can join live. All you need to do is just to click, go to the comment section and you click and you come in. And today also we opened space for those who are watching us on TikTok. Anybody who wants to make contributions on TikTok, you want to make contributions, you want to join us on the topic, you can equally click the invite link and then we will bring you in. So when you are making your comments on TikTok, those who are watching on YouTube can hear you. When those who are making their comments on YouTube are speaking, also those who are in TikTok can be able to listen. So we are taking the invite from all angles today. We have to continue doing that for the meantime. So, we have to look for a means to pass this message because the social media is not our friend. Today you will be here, the next day they will restrict you, the next day you are there, and the next minute they restrict you. So that is why we open up so many channels. We open up so many channels so that they don't close our voice. The mission is a very, very tough and difficult one. If you are not committed in this mission, you cannot proceed. So many of us on media have lost so many channels, we have lost so many things, friends, businesses, and all whatnot. They do so many things to us to make sure that we walk away from this very line of commitment. But that is too small to stop us. The more they do that, the more they give us the reason to fight on. Our Supreme Master Nandekano said that when you are doing something and nobody is fighting you, it means what you are doing has no effect. But when you are doing something and you see people attacking you, doing this and that, hold it on. You are doing something that is effective and people are feeling your presence. That is why. So remember, in our platform, we don't come in our platform to instigate violence. We don't come to preach hate. We don't come to attack people or individuals. We don't come to the platform for propaganda or blackmail. We do not come to attack any race or religion. All we do is to push back on those who are fighting against us. All we do is to expose the atrocities of Nigerian government against the indigenous people, more especially the Biafrans. All we do is to tell our stories and tell it exactly the way it is. And we will continue to do that as long as we have the opportunity. So every one of us that have been able to locate us where we are today, I know today we are going to have a very, very limited number of people watching, more especially on YouTube, because many people have lost our destination now. Because yesterday, as I said before, we were restricted from our main channel. We can't be able to go live there. So the only support we need today is for you to help us and share to other platforms so that people can get to hear us. And today we decided to discuss today on a topic which says the world is changed by your example, not by your opinion. Be that what you want others to be first. Be that which you want others to be. Yes. Be that which you want others to be. The world is changed by your example and not your opinion. The world is changed by your example and not your opinion. So many of us are very good in giving different kinds of opinion. When it comes to suggestions and opinions, everybody has something to say. But when it comes to being an example of what you are suggesting or what you are saying, it is difficult for people to do. More especially when we come to social media, many people are not what they claim to be. Many people, they can speak a lot of good things. They can
be able to narrate examples and tell you beautiful words and sweet words, but in reality, they are opposite of what they are saying. But the way you can make a great change in the world, the way you can make a great change is for you as a human being to be example of what your opinion is. Be example of what your opinion is. And I drag this back to those of us who are committed in this journey of freedom, the freedom of the Biafran people. We know the reason we want to get out of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria because of the abuse, human rights abuse, because of the atrocities of the government against the citizens, because of insecurity, marginalization, and all whatnot, because of, more especially, putting the life of people in danger, because the country has made every one of us an endangered species. That is why there is no other option. The only remedy, just as our Prime Minister has said, the only remedy that we are presenting to the world and to everybody that cares about human life in Nigeria is Biafra. That is the remedy. We are not presenting Biafra out of greed, out of envy, out of jealousy, out of wickedness, out of anger. No. It is a solution to save life. It is a solution to save life. Once Biafra is free, the Dudua people will be free, the Arewa will be free, the Middle Beltans will be free. Every single individual will be free, grow in their own space, at their own speed. That is all we're asking for. I don't know why it is difficult for the people to understand. This is something I've implemented in so many parts of the world, and it worked perfectly well. It worked well in Asia, it worked well in Europe, it worked well in America. I don't know why it cannot work in Africa. It will. It can work, and it will work. But those who are benefiting from the division in Nigeria, those who are benefiting from the atrocities, poverty, failure of Nigeria, they will never support the disintegration, which is the ultimate solution. Creating countries according to value system. Once the country is created according to value system, you won't have any problem. You won't have any problem. That is all we're asking for. Countries of the world that exist today are created according to value system. People that have the same value system live together, exist together, and things are working for them. When people were matched together without minding the value system, it is always chaos. And the only way the problem was solved across the world was dividing the countries according to value system. The people in the northern part of Nigeria do not have the same value system with the people in the middle belt. People in the middle belt do not have the same value system with people in the southwest. People in the southwest do not have the same value system with people in the southeast. The contraption called Nigeria have already divided itself. It doesn't need any other scientific mathematics to divide. The division is there. And that is why when you see people from that zoological republic, when they speak, I mean their citizens, you see the division written all over them. Every single person that emerges from that contraption called Nigeria, whenever they speak in terms of national issues, you will see the division. Even those who claim that they are one Nigerianist, those who claim that one, just allow them to speak for 30 minutes. In the process of their speech, you will see them, they will always apply that division. It is a natural thing that you cannot stop. The only way to end this division and create peace, stability, and growth is to divide the country along value system. There is nothing wrong in somebody building a caliphate, existing in a caliphate and running a caliphate. There's nothing wrong in it. But you must have to create it and run it among people that accept it as a way of life. Allow them to create it within themselves. And those who practice other systems, those who want to practice the monarchical system, there's nothing wrong in it. If it works for you and that is your system, well, go on and go along with it. Don't force anybody into it. If you are those who love the liberal system and it's working for you, go along with it. That is the only way you can have peace. But for you to be forcing people into something they never signed up for, and you continue to push them and force them into that, you are only creating a problem that you can never ever solve, not on this planet Earth. That is why each time in the Zoological Republic, it is either from frying pan to fire, from one difficult stage to another difficult stage. Even when you think it's going to get better, you just realize that it is getting worse. And it will continue to get worse. It does not matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how smart you are. Once you get into that throne, you become a disaster. You can imagine. If anybody had told you in your dreams that a government will come and people will be calling for Buhari to come back, and people will be asking for you to take them back to where Buhari left them, will you believe that? It's unbelievable. And it will still happen. When the drug baron in Asorok today leave that office, you will still realize that you'll be crying that they should take you back where the drug baron left you. It doesn't matter who goes there. Today, some of you are shouting P2B. Take P2B and place him there. The situation will be worse than you made it. That is how Nigeria is programmed. It has never been programmed to succeed. That is how the colonial master kept it, intentionally, to make sure that the division remained there while they continue to benefit from your resources. That was why the fraud started all the way from the colonial master. The very first election that was conducted in Nigeria, the very first election was rigged by the British themselves. They even rigged the census. The census also was rigged. Every one of us have seen the history and the real number of the first census that was conducted. But the British, for one reason or the other, manipulated it in order to favor their own selfish interests. And today, that very election that was supposed to make Nigeria a nation was truncated through fraud. And from then onward, the foundation was laid on fraud, deceit, and lies. And there is nothing you can do than to destroy that foundation, lay a new foundation that can be able to carry the structure you want. Because it is obvious, even if you're not an engineer, there's no way you will lay a foundation where you're going to build a downstairs. You will lay a foundation where you're going to build a normal bungalow downstairs. And all of a sudden, because you have money, you decided to build an upstairs on the foundation of a downstairs. No sensible person does that. You don't need to be an engineer to know that that is wrong. You don't need to be an engineer to know that you are setting a trap for death. It's the death trap you are setting. The only thing to do is that when you lay a foundation for a downstairs, all of a sudden you become rich and you want to build a better house. You destroy the foundation and lay a new foundation. That is the way to go. You lay a new foundation. And for you to think that maybe you lay one useless foundation and then for laying that destructive foundation that now make you relevant, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Or because you have laid foundation already, you say, oh, I have already laid a foundation. Because I got money now, I will build an upstairs. You build 4-story building on a foundation that was meant to carry a downstairs. It's only a suicide mission. And it's just a question of time. That destruction will come. Is it going to come? Definitely it will. And that is the case of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. The foundation is faulty. It was not meant to succeed. Every effort you are making to make it succeed is effort in futility. The only solution is to destroy the foundation and lay a new foundation that can stand. And when we speak about this destruction of foundation, some people get angry. They think it's about them. It is not about you. It is about human life, to save life. And it is not out of envy, jealousy, or greed. No. The country can still function as one. They can still do things together. But first of all, get the foundation right. When you get the foundation right, each state can still come back later on and be together. We have seen that happen in Europe between the West Germany and East Germany. They went their separate ways, sort out their problem. Later on, they came back together. They only came back together because they had sorted each and every one of them has sorted themselves out. Then they found a common ground to function together. And today they are there. They are there as Germany and they are functioning. as one. So whenever you see that the foundation is faulty, and now you have grown, you've made wealth, you know now you want to build a higher standard of house. You don't just go and build on a foundation that was meant to carry one-story building. You go and build a skyscraper on it. It is a death trap, and it's a question of time. It will collapse. It doesn't matter how beautiful the structure you put on top is. This is just a simple illustration. It doesn't matter how beautiful the structure you are putting on top of that faulty foundation is. A little breeze, it will collapse. It will collapse. But when you get the foundation right, once you get the foundation right, you can put any structure on it and it will stand firm. All you need to design any structure you want to your taste. It will go. It will carry it. So when we are asking of this dissolution of this contraption called Nigeria, it is not out of hatred. But every one of us that is listening, wherever you are listening from, I urge you to be the example you want to be implemented. Be that example. Be that example. That example you want to be, you want to be implemented, be that example. Just like in the issue of the Biafran restoration that we're talking about, so many of us who are presenting Biafra today to the world are not qualified to do so. So many of us are by ourselves scaring people away from what we're supposed to do. As we are in a stage of seeking for recognition, we need to mind what we do, what we say, and how we do what we do. Remember, the world is changed by your example, not by your opinion. We can change a lot of things by being the good example to others. We can change a lot of things by presenting ourselves as a very good example in your actions, in your speech, in your behavior, in your manners. It matters a lot. In as much as we know that the Zoological Republic have made so many of us to begin to think differently. Some of us, our brain have been damaged for long stay in the Zoological Republic, and we are acting differently. But it's high time we begin to retrace our step and begin to rethink when we are doing things. That is the only way we can overcome the challenges that are before us today. That is the only way we can overcome. Sometimes you see people who claim to be representing Biafra that they expect the world to promote. When you hear them speak or you look at their attitude, you begin to wonder. You begin to wonder, is this really? Is this country worth recognizing? So I ask again my fellow Biafrans that want Biafra to be recognized, how do you present Biafra to the world? As a person, not just as a government, as a person. How do you present Biafra to the world? Where you are working in a country, where you live, in your business dealings, in your interactions, in your platform, when you speak to your brothers and sisters, how do you present Biafra to the world? What are people going to say? Can people look at your program and say, because of this very platform or because of the way you speak, I'm going to pay attention and see what he has to say? Or will people just come to your platform, make jests, insult each other, and walk away? We really have to be the example that we want to see, not just our opinion. Our opinion matters. Our opinion matters, but our attitude, behavior will go a long way to make a difference. Go a long way to make a difference. So wherever you are watching me today, I urge every single one of us, never give up. Don't give up. It is a very tough task. It is a very difficult task. But start from yourself. Let us make that difference. Let us create that difference. Let us try as much as possible to change the way we do things. Change the way we do things. As for the Zoological Republic, we know this is an entity that would never, ever, 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 ever succeed. Whoever is praying for the success of the zoo or dreaming that one day miracle is going to happen and you get a better nation, you are dreaming. You are dreaming. You are just dreaming, and you're wasting your time in that dream. The only time we can begin to see things happen differently is when that very contraption is disintegrated. Every region will be on their own, grow in their own space at their own speed. That is only time you are going to be seeing things differently. And I bet you, if Nigeria is disintegrated today, none of those countries that spring out of Nigeria will be the way Nigeria is today. None of them will be as bad as, no matter how weak they are, they will never be as bad as the present Nigeria. One of the problems that will be solved immediately is the problem of insecurity. Once the country disintegrates, the problem of insecurity will die a natural death, even in the northern part of Nigeria. Even in the northern part of Nigeria, peace will come back because every region will secure their border. Nobody will come and tell you to leave your land, either give your land or die. No. Nobody will cross your border and tell you either give your land or die. That is when you know the value of sovereignty. As it stands today, Nigeria is an open field for the whole terrorists in West Africa. They are free to come in. Not just they are free to come in, the northern Fulanis invited them to come. Because there is an open border. Because the country is open for them, they feel the space that they want to conquer. But I bet you, when you disintegrate that country, everybody will mind their territory. Even in the northern part of Nigeria, they're going to have peace. The Hausas will be forced to defend their land. The Fulanis will be forced to behave. And everybody will know where he or she belongs. The contraption, there are people that are indigenous to that contraption. There are people that are indigenous. There are people that are indigenous. And for somebody, a foreigner, to come and begin to control the indigenous people, it doesn't work anywhere. Where the sons of the kings will be eating on the floor, while the slave will be eating on the table. How is that right? It is only possible because of the confusion that the Europeans have created, the British have created. And because you tolerated it, because it's long time we've been blaming the British, and they have led for a very long time. Why don't we wake up and correct that thing? Why? Why is it that some of us are still busy fighting and trying to protect what they did not put in place? What your grandparents did not sign up for? Why are you trying to protect an entity that is not benefiting you? That is not ready, that was meant to keep you as a slave. Why are you spending your time fighting for something that is against you? You are fighting on behalf of something that is against you, that its target is to make sure they keep you into perpetual poverty and enslavement. As it stands today, it's only the Biafran people that are speaking boldly without looking back. It doesn't matter whether you agree with them or you don't agree with them. They are the only people who stand out and say enough is enough. And there's no going back. There's no going back. It's either we get Biafra or we continue to pursue the cause of Biafra until we are gone. I know that recognition is not going to be an easy thing. Nobody said it's going to be easy. The recognition of Biafra, we know it's going to take a very long process. Even our Prime Minister made it very, very clear. He made it clear. It is going to take time. But no matter how long it's going to take, we are ready to follow it up until when that time comes. For the fact that we have started this journey, we are going to take it to the end. So wherever you are, whether you agree with us or you don't agree with us, if you have a superior argument, feel free to come up with your superior argument. We are ready to listen to you. We are much more ready to listen to you. We know that the environment is not conducive for us. For we, the Biafrans, we have already understood the games of the enemies. We already understand their language, that we are not part of them. And that is why the Biafrans are the front line. Some other indigenous people might feel that maybe because they are deceived to feel as if they are part of the issue. They have been deceived and they feel as if they are part of the program and they refuse to do what they're supposed to do. But I bet you there are some other people who are paying attention. Everyone in that zoo has become an endangered person. Every single person in the Zoological Republic have become an endangered person. It doesn't matter whether you agree or you don't agree. You can continue to pretend for all I care. Some of you are just pretending just because maybe they gave you an opportunity for you to steal as much as you can. They gave you some contract and you flip the price and you make some money. Then when somebody talks about freedom, you no longer care about it. Just because you have one hotel somewhere that you have built, you have one bakery that you have built, you have one business or the other, you look at yourself and you see your fraudulent money coming in every month. You no longer care. When people talk about freedom, you don't matter. But I tell you, a time is going to come when you will know what you have done to yourself. For those of us who are putting our life on the line, putting our faces on the line to speak about these issues, and some of you think that maybe we are jobless, that is why we are doing that. Keep on thinking whatever you feel you can think, but we'll continue to do what we have to do. Time shall tell, and history will remember every one of us. You and I, including you that is in the comment section, whatever you write, whatever you say, people are watching, the world is watching, and the time is going to come when we give account of our stewardship. Some of you don't know the dangers we are facing. You don't know the risk we are facing. Yesterday, I was in live stream. I was having live stream yesterday, and my video was taken down. What did I do? Simply because I was showing the bunch of idiots who are taking innocent lives in that contraption called Nigeria, how they are prepared, the equipment they are using, where they gathered with sophisticated weapons, where they are planning to go for operations. Then I shared it on my program yesterday, and that video was taken down while I was live on David Harbour channel. It was taken down, and that very live stream was suspended. I can't go live on that very platform anymore. I can't go live on that platform until after the suspension, which I don't know how long it's going to last. So I am broadcasting now on my backup channel, Biafra Exodus Actor TV. That is where I'm broadcasting now. So if you are with us here, please like and share the program so that other viewers will know where we are. I know so many people will be worried. If you come in, share in your platform, share to all the WhatsApp group where you belong, share to family and friends. That is the way we can be able to reach out to people who are supposed to join us, and they can be able to join us, and we continue on the journey. So try as much as possible to join us so that we can continue to preach this gospel and get to where we are supposed to get to. We have a lot of responsibility. This is a time of recognition. No matter how you disagree with your brother or your sister, continue to be that example that you want to see. Continue to be that very example you want to see. Don't allow people to push you to wall to begin to act in a way that will misrepresent whom we are. You know, there are people who are fighting so hard to tarnish the image of the Biafran people. Some people have made it a point of duty to tarnish the image of Biafran people. They are paid. You see them. Some of them are Biafrans. Some of them are Biafrans. But they are in the business of tarnishing the image of the struggle. Sometimes when we think he thinks he's only non-Biafran, more especially there are Biafrans that are being paid, content creators that are being paid. And what they do in their platform is to castigate everything that has to do with the restoration of Biafra. Just like one that came and talked about how he was kidnapped. The one that came and lied how he was kidnapped, and the people that kidnapped him, he said that they are Biafrans. They are Igbo Biafrans. And he said they are 200 and something, they tied his face, they did it. And just of recent, the audio has come, the people who kidnapped him have responded. He even claimed that money was stolen from him. They closed his account and took every money that he has in the account. But the people came and said they never took any money from him. And we have seen this kind of issues again and again and again. In castigating the name of people who are pursuing their freedom. If you don't want to be free, it is not by force. Nobody's going to force you to get into freedom fighting. Nobody's going to force you. You have the right to be where you want to be. After all, we are scattered all over the world. Some of us are living in Europe, America, Australia, Canada, Asia, other part of Africa. So many of us are nationalized there. We have their passports. Nobody is stopping you. You can pick up a passport of Nigeria if you continue. If you are so interested in Nigeria that you believe that your life depends on Nigeria, go ahead and take their passport. Be with them. But don't stand on the way of those who have said enough is enough. Those who want to create an environment for their generation unborn. Don't stop them. Don't even try. Don't even try. Every single one of us have right to our view. We have right to our opinion. If you have a different opinion, that is your own business. Go ahead. Present your opinion. You have a superior argument. You can bring on your superior argument. You can bring on your superior argument. And let's iron it out. Nobody is the master of knowledge. Nobody is the master of wisdom. If you want something to be done in a different manner and you have a superior argument, bring it forward. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. You feel there is something we are doing that is not acceptable because of this or because of that, or you have a better way to do things. Can't you peacefully bring it up instead of constituting nuisance, standing on the way of those who have made up their mind to walk away, those who have made up their mind to save their life? Why are you making it about yourself? No matter how the enemies try, no matter how they try from all corners of angle, we must continue to fight on. Never give up. Because the destination is freedom. And the freedom is in our hands already. People might not take you serious. Some will call it a joke. The same way they have called Mazen Nandigan a joke till now. When Mazen Nandigan started, at a stage, a man of that caliber was called a miscreant. They call him different kinds of names, a joker, a child. But today, everyone that called him those names are confessing him as angel of light. They cannot make a full sentence in their politics today without using him as an example, even though they are making it with their political intents and all that. But at the same time, it is very clear that Mazen Nandekan is fighting a just cause. Likewise, you and I that are speaking today, they can castigate you, talk about you, do whatever they like, insult you. Keep on going. We are going to get there, and we're going to get there very soon. They have done everything they can. Took away our two leaders, Spirit Mazen Nandekan, whom we believe by October, by the special grace of God, something is going to happen. Even though the atrocity they committed against Mazen Nandekan, abuse of his right, even when they said they're going to give us accelerated hearing, in the midst of accelerated hearing, they gave him 3 months adjournment, which is against the Constitution. Against the Constitution. The 3 months adjournment is against the Constitution. But yet, people continue to follow that. People continue to buy into that. We are talking about our Prime Minister Mazi. Global conspiracy against him. Only for the very first time, getting somebody arrested before making an investigation. You got him arrested, you made the investigation for more than 6 months, and after 6 months, you concluded your speech, took him to court, only to tell us again another 3 months before you can give verdict. For the very first time in Europe. For the very first time, an European country. So you can see how difficult the task is, but you shouldn't give up. Let's continue to do what we have to do. At the end of the day, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Elumu Mweguru. Elumu, you're there? Can you hear? You go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, Mazi Chicks.
Good morning, my brother. You're welcome.
My good brother. And make Biafrans in all over the world. na-asị ya ụbọchị mara onye ọbụla mma.
Ise.
Ụbọchị mara anyị niile mma.
Ise.
Na ihe mere anyị bụ na sometimes o nweghị onye ọbụla nọ na this struggle today, both home and abroad, ya sị na ya amaghị the reality. Anybody say gị na ya amaghị the reality, mana onye abụ ezigbote onye asị. The person just na-edeceive onwe ya. We know the truth. Even people like me na-eje ha akwụkwọ, na-enweghị opportunity ga akwụkwọ, amara m eziokwu. So I find it so difficult. Ndị mmadụ pụta esi na ịma ụzọ ya esi ma ebe ya eje. We all know that. We all know that Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, the DPM today, is the way. Anybody say gị na amaghọ, onye ahụ bụ onye asị. I was very surprised ịfụ ndị anyị na-elekwasị anya asị ndị anyị wetere na ebe dị elu ịpụta asị, we are not working with the, we are not working with the USB. Then who are you working with? If you are not working with the USB, then who are you working with? It's obvious that the people I matter in that caliber can come out and speak that kind word. Although, anyway, we give glory to God because Ekpa America I matter that na ọbụkwa mgbe declare Biafra n'ọkwa na nwebekwa ihe anyị fụrụ mgbe ahụ anyị nọ. N'ọkwa mgbe ahụ anyị declare Biafra nọ mgbe ahụ ka the war ebido. And onye ọbụla nọ na the struggle ma know the truth. And ọ ya bụ ya. So when anything ọbụla anyị na-afụ kịta, for me, dị m ka ihe ọfụrụ. Mụnwa mata no ihe ga-eme. And after everything, surely Biafra will be restored. Ọ ihe mụnwa na onwe m maara. I'm in Biafra land. Anyị mara ihe na-eme n'obodo a. Anyị mara ọtụtụ ihe anyị na-afụ. Mara ihe ndị anyị na-agabiga. But only Chukwu Okike Abiama will see us through. But this freedom is sure. So menu man jana jenu nke kpọrọ onwe ya ada dị gịnị maka ọsị na gịnị vam ha so forth and so on. Anyway, in everything sha agbahuru ikwu ogologo okwu nke so nwere ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ ị na-etinye ọnụ si hapụ ndị niile ahụ. Ọ bụ otu Chukwu si dozie ya n'ụbọchị taa na ọ ya ahọchasị ihe niile ga-ebuta virus n'obodo ọhụrụ abụ obodo nke ya. So Chukwu ji aka na-ahọchasị the virus so that ọ bụghị oru echi anyị afụbụ ihe anyị na-afụ n'obodo zi. So onye ọbụla na-afụ ihe ọbụla na-afụ tata ya ewute nye sọsọ ị ga-amadobe bụ if you know that truth, jidesie eziokwu gị ahụ ike. Atụ na egwu ele na mmadụ anya. In times of ọnwụ, ihe mmadụ na-anwụ bụ ugboro ofu. Ihe mmadụ nwere n'ụwa bụ also 2 days. Ụbọchị amụrụ gị na ụbọchị ga-anwụ. And onye ọbụla amụrụ anwụ n'ụwa, ihe na-echere ya bụ nke fọrọ ya bụ ọnwụ. And that ọnwụ ahụ, ị maghị ka ya esi bịa. Ị maghị ụbọchị ọ ya bụ. You don't know the date. Ị maghị ihe ga-aya gị nwụ. Ị makwa n'ihe ụbọchị ga-anwụ. Ị makwa n'ebe ị ga-anọ nwụ. So believe whenever you are starting doing something good, people will hate you. Onwe mgbe mmadụ ya nọkọta kịta n'osisi na-adịghị amị mkpụrụ na-amị okwute. Osisi na-amị mkpụrụ ọma, ịgata, ine ya anya onwe nke chara acha n'enyi ya, ịma ya okwute ka ịmetuo ya, ịlacha ya, or rie ya, or whatever it may be like. mana nke ahụ na-enwe uru ọ bara ị na-aga na-agafe ya because onwe uru ọ bara gị. So mgbe ọbụla mmadụ na-afụ tonwe n'ọnọdụ ndị a many people ịnọ na position dị anya ndị mmadụ na-eweta this kind hatred mara na ọrụ na-arụ bara uru because ọ bụ na ọrụ na-arụ bara uru people will like you, people will love you. A ga na-enye gị ọtụtụ aha dị iche iche because you are dancing to their tune. But once you deviate from that their tune, then we hate you because now you know the truth. So my good brother, jidesie nke unu ji ike. Anyị nwa nọ side ya. Anyị na-ayọkwa Chukwu okike abịa ma mara mgbe niile n'ụtụtụ ma ehihie ma abalị. Ya nyere unu aka. Ihe anyị na-achọ ka anyị nweta ya. Which anyị ma anyị nweta gị not just to gain the territorial integrity. And that must come to pass. Ndị Igbo kwuru okwu sị na mgbe ọ na-ara ahụ bụ mgbe ọ na-ebi. Jisie n'ike ụmụnne m. Chukwu okike abịa will be a guidance to you guys. Jisie n'ike. Ka Chukwu gozie unu niile.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Jisikwa n'ike. At least ọ bụ na-arịgodi nwanne anyị nwaanyị onye Chukwu dozi n'ọgba n'oge dị otu a ime ka ọ bịa na mmezu a because ewezuga ya ndị ire emechiela ihe ha chọrọ. Weta ekene dịrị Chineke n'ihe o doziri edozi maka ọsọ kama okwu ọnụ ya emezu enigwe n'ụwa gabiga ma ya bụ n'okwu ọnụ ya mezu. So na-agwakwanụ ya enekwana ha anya ya enekwesekwana ya egekwana ha ntị. Alaikwara m wee ya jọsọ kọpụrụ ha ntị na-eme the right thing ọ na-eme. Chukwu okike abịa ma nọnyere ya and onwe ihe ga-eme ya aha Chukwu okike abịa ma.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for your wonderful contribution. Now I have a general message for everybody. We must all pay attention. Don't get distracted. Do not get distracted. Everyone and one problem is that when somebody begin to fight against what we stand for, when you come to the United States of Biafra, the declaration I need them here. I will agree. Unless no only to vote against you. Only so where to be vote because I will vote in favor and I will United States of Biafra. Only declare United States of Biafra. Give vote yes or no. And more than 50 million voted yes. So every one of us will continue to support. But in the process, if you go again, maybe because it is normal. I'm not going to power if one you cannot be able to cope. All when each other walk away, each other resign. He are resigning. I'm going to the bad name, but even when you went so go, Ibia now fighting against the government. Whether good or bad, we have to sit back and watch. I'm a energy. Maazi Nnamdi Kanu no inside. Maazi Simon Ekpa no inside. All I feel I am on Gazeukwu again. More, we no longer accept the United States of Biafra. It will be a very difficult task. I'm asking me 5 years. That is why so whatever happens. If any not excellent, no. Are we getting everything right? No. There are mistakes, and nobody is a master of, or nobody has a perfect person. And it becomes a problem when you claim to be perfect. It becomes a problem. Every single one of us have a fault, and we have to continue to manage it until we get to that destination. But in the process where you feel that you can no longer carry on the issue, if you decide to walk away, it's not a bad thing. Gently and allow those who are strong to go, because I don't know when is incoming and outgoing. And Biafra and Azokita. Biafra, ma onye ọjọọ ma onye ọma anyị nche ya natakwa na ana Biafra.
Exactly.
The only thing that is going to happen is that I am with constitution. We have a constitution. MSC ife niile anyị na-eme ma ife niile m na-ekwu here ma nke gị nwa na onwe ukwuru kịta ma ndị na-awụ ọchị na-ede ede. People are taking record. A time will come when we will stand before the judge to give account of what we have done. All that the constitution of Biafra said that the punishment, you will face the full wrath of the law. The constitution has got you come into Biafra. People when they feel you can never tell until the law says so. As that a man is presumed innocent until proven guilty. And the only thing that can prove any one of us guilty is our law. Biafra fully, we have not established. That is what we are fighting for. And that is what Master Samuel was saying we're supposed to go into. Seek for recognition and full restoration of the ground. Then we can implement our law. If I make it, it's just a question of taking the person to the court and the court will explain. Then if you come and substantiate, you go in for it. But today, people still have that privilege to talk, do whatever they want to do, and they go scot-free because we don't have a stable law where we can take them and prosecute them. And that is why we must learn to tolerate each other for now. We must tolerate each other, no matter how difficult it is. And another thing now, your people, don't insult anybody. Do not get insult. Don't insult anybody. Group don't insult anybody. If you want to reprimand someone, you speak about it critically, near points why that you did is wrong. You make your point and you go. It's left for him or her to take correction or not to take correction. But this insult, when we insult ourselves, it will heighten people. It will make people to be more angry. Before you know it, or by into blackmail, and our enemy will be there smiling. Sometimes I used to imagine, now, in the 8th month after declaration, everybody is supposed to know now. Biafra today, election. You cannot. And when you feel like Biafra today, they go to election. And they go to fight people. It can never, before how many of the governors in their states? Hope who's the more than Nimo State, how many days?
Oh, yeah.
Hope who's on Nimo State, how many days? But today, the enemies have entered and everywhere destabilized. Now, you see, what really happened? What really transpired? The whole region I'm with this, and they lose here one by one. I'm on a Nigerian military also.
Which is so bad.
Very, very bad.
After
declaration. Suppose if only on a Nigerian uniform, or you on the public, you can never see anybody wearing Nigerian uniform in the public. Because even before it goes, you go and have a uniform. But then if they make it on. You just say na platform, you see people, you find out now castigating one never. Castigate one night. They put that more than me platform, me video on a program. Or you cook the for 4-6 hours. Even in all the one in Nigeria.
Just 1 year on a call.
Oh, with the video 1 year or turn on upside down. John won't take coin. Oh, with the issue, what issue on. Sometimes I can make you provoke you something. Look at our brother 247 that resigned. Okay, if you can video you emezi propaganda.
Oh,
Onye
yeah,
gbanye
no.
video, and they push here, come and fight, push here, come and fight, come and fight, push here.
Kama ihe oge just kọbe tiekwu asọndan ka ebe
Exactly,
ị
just
na-enwe
to
ike
push him,
na-enwukwere
just
ọkụ.
to push him out of anger. So always somebody then will self-control. If you cannot control yourself, just to prove a point, but I thank God. That he's able to control himself.
I like m ọ bụ na arụgodu voice ya ngere nyaa. I like m ka o si wee mee ha address.
That is it.
Ọ bụ Amadi push ya out.
They are not one. They cannot compare his attitude and those ones.
Exactly.
You can't compare. They don't any comparison. That is why some people misunderstand that resignation as fighting the government. He can't fight the government. The government didn't fight. Our government goes to the Finland. USB is to go to Finland when they inaugurate. If you are exhausted, he just steps down that he's exhausted, he can't be able to continue. It's a different thing than now. Yes. Microphone now, castigate it. It's nonsense. It doesn't make sense. But again, if how much you program I have they push here. Now this one. If you don't do this one.
Apart from Ada na-ekwu na ọ ya apụtarịrị bịa gwa ya na-ekwu ya the reason they propose na o nwere ike ịpụ without ikwu the reason o ji wee pụwa.
Absolute nonsense. He doesn't owe her any explanation. Or he doesn't owe her any explanation. The only people who suppose the resignation letter are members of the cabinet. They have seen the resignation letter. They have read the resignation letter. Whatever he has to explain is to them. He don't have any explanation to anybody. But if on a push, I want you to have self-control. Or push, back and back, you won't away. It is.
Oh my good brother.
I made this journey on this ride very difficult. Sometimes by the suppose by now where we are supposed to be by now. It is hard.
Oh yeah, the particular thing. A na-ekwu ị na-ego Bible ọ dị na ọkụ story ihe banyere anyị ka edere na Bible ịwọchị fụna story ihe banyere anyị ihe anyị kwesị iji abalị ole ma na-eme ka anyị na-emezi ọ na-alasịziri anyị many years
ọ na-alasịzi forever
why nọ ihe kwesị ịbụ 1 year or whatever mana anyị mezi akịta ọ bụrụ years ọ ya bụ ndị ahụ kwesị ịnarụ under 40 days amezie ọ bụrụ 40 years anyị waka na-agwa maka na ha ji division ka eji mezie anyị ya bụ the Tower of Babylon ejizi division mee anyị eweta nke anyị echenjizie ndị chịkọtara ọnụ na-eme ofu ihe in order to meet up in time all of a sudden abịa etinye asọnda n'etiti ha were na leader ha unu wepụ leader ha ọgbaghara ga-aba n'etiti ha were na onye na-achịkọta ahụ na wepụ ọgbaghara ga-aba n'etiti ha nke izizi eme n'ofu ihe mere unu nwa mechaba achịkọta onwe the second one mekwa allow another thing mekwa wee ba n'imekwara experience nke izizi mere n'ebe our leader nọ Bino Nnamdi Kanu you experience that what happened mara ihe niile mere n'akụkụ a now this one emekwa injiho nke ahụ mata ihe with experience now after re-declaration of independent state of Biafra being USB. Now we say fall back. And eje nya ahụ eje.
Mba, ebe ka na-eje nya.
Afụnụ bekwa m onye sa na-eje nya ahụ eje. That is my own. After ni ileruchere, esi ya laghachikwa nya ahụ, ka anya ahụ bidokwa n'isi. Ọ dị ọzọ possible na a sị na ịga azụ bụ ọnwụ ịga n'iru bụ ndụ even though that na onye ifili nọ n'ebe ahụ na like ihe ọ na-eme like ka o si eme nke ya ọ bụghị onye a ka ị na-achọje ihe na-achọje bụ your own freedom. It's not all about that person. It's all about what you want. Gịnị ka ị chọrọ ihe ahụ ị chọrọ ka ị na-achọje forget about the person but to do the right thing and move on. Onwe mgbe onye ọbụla ya emeti ya mgbe niile. Sometimes mmadụ nwere ike mere, sometimes ihe emete. We are human being.
Oh yeah.
We're all human being. I don't want to when I work being PM. Or say, no way zoku na mmadụ adịghị adịcha complete mgbe niile, but ebe ọbụla anyị mere mistake ya bụkwa in our own favor. Nke anyị mekwara ọfụma we still be in our own favor. Why can't us take it in that mind? Anyị nwere obi mgbaghara n'ebe ibe anyị nọ. No matter what happened, let us focus. Were the normal thing anyị chọrọ. After that, we treat our own differences. I believe that will be the best. I have all this saga.
That is what I'm saying, my brother.
That
is what I'm saying. Sometimes anyone with the followers, we help to fuel these things. Just like the way we respond. Ngozi Morin. This thing Ngozi Morin there also, but the men on the ground are holding meeting upon meeting with Hope Uzodimma Arumen. You see, sometimes there are certain things we don't talk about in public because we don't know how it started and how the whole thing came about.
Yes.
These people have made a lot of mistakes. There is no doubt. The greatest mistake in this problem was made by our military men. From the moment they began to listen to a different point, instead of following the reorder,
the government,
the problem came in. So in this comment I make here now that they are talking to Hope Uzodimma, that very confession, that very word, that very information was brought out by Gentle himself when he was making a speech. That Hope Uzodimma contacted them. They were discussing with Hope Uzodimma. He was telling them to join them, and they refused to join him. Up to today, and that thing happened when Master Samuel was still around.
Yes.
Even if they didn't say it, we know that they are contacting them. Governors are contacting them. Okay, if we can end the ESN. Guess we end this ESN
sure.
And how contact DOS. Chike Dosiem, they're online. Go on governors contact go to hand over the ESN, and they handed over ESN to them.
I watch him. I listen to his talk now.
Thank you, my brother. So, one can contact and discuss it. These people are contacting them every day, even if they don't tell you. We know that the governors now fighting every day to reach out to them, to convert them.
Yes.
But from every
sure.
indication, they have not given in. They have not given in. They have not joined them. They have not. Not yet. They have not joined them. But governors now try to reach them by all means. And this is why when I'm talking on my platform, I talk about peace. I also encourage every one of us and even the government to try, if there is anything that can be done, only the body break protocol, to make sure we are united. To make sure we are united, to move on that same speed, we didn't move that time. Because if I make it out, then again, politicians.
Of course,
this campaign how they make it out for election. And when nobody is disturbing them. Nobody is disturbing them. Nobody anyway is disturbing them. Because we are focused on ourselves.
Because we
are just seeing ourselves as the problem. Can you imagine a content creator will have nke ha na-epost kita na ọzọ anyị nwa wụ the kidnapper. Kidnapping na-eme n'ala Igbo na ọzọ ndị Igbo na-eme ya na obodo adịkwụzi okwu Fulani.
Akwa mechara onwe na anyị nwoke emecha contact one of the brother abụna igego na the
audio now.
Okay.
You can imagine that.
Onwe ụdị ike iyi the boy na-aṅụ ha. Ọ bụkwa na ọ bụ ihe o mere willingly. O ji obi eme ya sị onwe ihe ọ na-achọ nọrọ ha. O jiri aka ya sị na ọ bụkwa under duress, ọ bụkwa force na ọkwa ịchọ. O jiri ọnụ ya kwuo. After everything o si ebe a pụọ je kwuo ihe ọzọ.
Ihe karịrị. Wonders and well, I'm dodging and one military in the world. The arm dodging and when the military the Nigerian military who the kind of arms and dodge.
Don't waste your nap on here.
How clear are you going on account here? Okay, onye kwuru dokwu a, what can be her intention here? Intention only to attack the Biafran struggle because when any group when such a when an arm to stand anything now with Biafrans. So when they go that they sophisticated had the armed 100 the people who that population is only the Biafran army. But I told him where Biafra, even not all Biafra, people will attack him.
No.
Who pronounce Biafra, people will attack him. What you say why sitting on the Igbo, on the buy, on the buy. On the buying. Khalifa, what does he tend to gain? Khalifa, what he tend to gain? And still, our people are not getting it. We are leaving loophole for these governors. What Soludo now in the front line of that propaganda? Soludo jeweled away from the US. They are going to kidnap on the buying a kidnap. Upon them with evidence in that capture up and make confession. Only kidnap again. The organ harvester started go here. People that escaped came and made confession. We have every evidence. But yet, somebody will come on his own and begin to push lie. And not just somebody, a fellow Biafran, somebody with us. Somebody with us. It is really, really sad and heartbreaking. It's sad and heartbreaking. And every one of us must begin to be the example we want to see. The world is changed by your example, not by your opinion. We need to be that example we want to see. Be the example we want to see. Let us take it easy for ourselves. Take it easy with ourselves. Take it easy. Don't overreact when things happen. At least take a deep breath before you speak. Let us always have that peaceful mind when issues have to do with us. But what I see is that when the issue has to do with a fellow Biafra, that is no mercy. The way we react, even we will be apologizing and begging on behalf of a Janjaweed. But when it is our brother, no mercy, no apology will be accepted. When it is our brother, no apology, no kind of apology will be accepted. That is why today in Biafra land, when somebody steals cigarette, they will burn the person down. For stealing cigarettes, they will burn you. But when they see a Fulani that was exchanging bullet with them, the security exchanging bullet and they capture him, they won't even touch him. They will treat them as VIP. The next thing you see, they hand them over to police. And the next minute, police release them, they go. But when they catch their own brother, instantly there, instant judgment. Instant judgment, they burn him to death. We have seen so many examples. They see their own brother, they tie them like goat. They see like there's a Fulani, they treat him like a VIP. You are marginalizing yourself. And when others do it, you begin to cry. It is high time we begin to show love to ourselves. Be that which you want to see. That thing you want to see. Be that very thing you want to see. Start from yourself. Start from yourself. This is a very critical time that we need recognition. We want to be seen, we want to be heard. How can we be seen? How can we be heard? We can only be seen and heard through our attitude and our actions. We can only be recognized through our attitude and action. You on your own as a person, how are you representing Biafra? Is it by blackmailing your brother? Is it by blackmailing your sister? Is it by lying against your brother? Lying against your sister? Is that how you're going to present the new nation? Is that the kind of nation you want to see? Be that which you want others to be first. That thing you want others to be, try and be that first. Be that first and let people key in and follow you. I pray that Chukwu Okike will give us the grace to do what we are supposed to do at this particular point in time. As many as are able to join us today, if you are watching us on this very channel, please like and share this program. As I said, in our main channel, our major channel have been suspended. David Herbert channel. David Herbert channel, we cannot do live stream there. Our live stream there has been suspended for the meantime. So we cannot be able to do live stream on the Biafra channel until they lift the ban. Yesterday, while we are doing live in our morning program, we were being stopped because of the video we used for the program. They stopped us. You know, YouTube have so many restrictions. So we are restricted from live stream on that very platform until further notice. So for now, we are going to be having our programs on this very place. So wherever you are and you join us, share to other people, inform other people to let them know that we're here. I'm still going to try and make a video and post on that platform so that people who will go there to look for us, we know where we are. This is our backup channel. The backup channel, Biafra Exodus Hardtalk TV. So any place you are, you want to join us live program, join us on Biafra Exodus Hardtalk TV. That is where we are hosting our program now, and that is where we will continue to host our program until further notice. So wherever you are and you want to join us, try and join us on Biafra Exodus Hardtalk TV. That is the only place we host our program. Now, try as much as possible to join us. For those, our audience that are joining and follow people that are commenting on the program and those who are presenting with me, try and share so that others can be able to get their hand on the program and join us as we move forward. As I always say, we don't have any other choice. Biafra is the only choice we have. We do not have any choice. Biafra is the only choice we have. And every one of us who has pushed you to this level, we continue to push. Don't misinterpret your brother. Do not misinterpret your sister. Our level of strength is not the same. Our level of understanding is not the same. When somebody feels that the environment is no longer conducive for him or her, allow the person to take a rest. As long as the person is not fighting against the government, not speaking against it, there is no need for you to begin to create different narrative for you to trigger the person to speak. You don't need to trigger anybody. Allow your brothers and your sisters to have their peace. This idea of trying to trigger somebody to create one thing or the other is unfounded. Don't trigger anybody. And my fellow Biafrans, do not allow anybody to trigger you. They are going to try. They are going to try. Don't allow anybody to trigger you. I know that everywhere is not roses. All is not roses. All is not excellent. There are trials, challenges, obstacles, hindrances. There are things that are done wrong. But we can continue to sustain and manage and continue to pray for the freedom of our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekam, and our prime minister, Mazen Simon Eba. Their presence is going to save us a lot of problem. Their presence is going to save us a lot of problem, and we help to reunite us together, and we will speak in one voice and march for the victory of all of us. Very, very important. We have to march as one. If we must overcome, if we must win, we have to march, move with one voice and fight. We have started this journey, and we have gotten to a peak where we are supposed to take our freedom by force, and we'll take it. Hold back your anger, hold back your sword. More especially our men who are on the ground fighting for Biafra. Don't insult them, don't abuse them. They have done a great job in the past. We know that have made great mistake, but you insulting them and triggering them is not going to solve any problem. When you trigger them, you are creating more problem. Don't trigger them. Don't trigger them. We will continue to keep a room for negotiation. We will continue to keep a room for reconciliation. No matter how angry you are, no matter how bad things are, always make sure you do not close that door for reconciliation through your word, through your speech, through your actions. That is why I don't encourage anybody to insult any Biafran. At a stage, even our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Eba, at a stage, put a stop to that. He said, anybody that is fighting for Biafra on any level, you must not attack that person. It doesn't matter whether you agree with the person or not. Do not attack anybody that is fighting for Biafra. That order was issued by our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon. Some of you forget, because you only remember those that favor you, favor your arguments. You only remember those that will make you sound good. But the most important things that will unify us and make us not to lose our focus, you wouldn't remember. Attacking anybody in this struggle is not a good thing. Whether the government of Biafra or the military, do not attack anybody. If you feel that you have a narrative that is superior, try and prove your superiority through your narratives. You can join any platform. You can come on our platform or any platform. Go there and prove yourself. Tell the people why you are on the angle you are, why on your position you are, why you are doing what you are doing. If we listen to each other, we will do better and we will do things right. That is why we have to give listening ear to everybody. Nobody is the master of knowledge or master of wisdom. We keep learning until the day we enter 6 feet. I urge everyone that have joined us on this program, please do not lose your guard. Do not lose your focus. We will continue to go further until we get to our destination. No matter how the enemies try to stop us, no matter how they try to distract us, no matter the weapon they throw to us, we will never give up. The challenges are much. The challenges are much. It is not easy. It is not an easy task. It's not an easy task. So wherever you find yourself, whichever angle or whatever area you find yourself, you can help. Continue to help. We have declared Biafra. Declaration is one thing, and another thing is to sustain it, to defend it. Mazin Nande Kanome declared that whenever Biafra is declared, that we will defend it with everything in us. We will defend it. It cannot be like other declaration that people will declare and go to sleep. No, we will defend it. So that declaration that was made on the 29th of November 2024, which every one of us supported, as long as you were part of that declaration, you have the responsibility to defend it. You have the responsibility to defend it and make it work. Whether inside or outside, whether you are in the government or outside government, your responsibility is to make sure that that declaration stands. Through your actions, through your behavior. Ask yourself, the way you are behaving, the way you are speaking, the what you are doing, does it add to keep and make that declaration stand? The things you are doing, does it promote that very declaration or does it demote it? What you are doing, does it legitimize that declaration or delegitimize it? We are supposed to delegitimize the Nigerian government and legitimize the Biafran government. But some of us are much more interested in delegitimizing the Biafran government and legitimize the Nigerian government. If you are part of those, retrace your step. Retrace your step. And so many of us are in this unknowingly. So many of us are delegitimizing Biafran government unknowingly. You might claim that you are in the government, but at the same time, you are delegitimizing it through your actions, through your behavior, through your response, through what you say. Verbally, you can claim that you are in the government, but you are not. It is high time we begin to check ourselves individually. What we are doing, does it legitimize the government or delegitimize it? What you are doing, does it legitimize the Nigerian government or delegitimize it? The responsibility that we have, that Master Samuel spoke about, is that we should delegitimize the Nigerian government and legitimize the Biafran government. And that is why we are here. You're welcome back, my brother Alomu. You have something to say, go ahead and talk to us.
Okay, my brother, as I was saying, the only word I want to give to my brothers all over the world, Biafrans, especially our brothers in homeland, more especially the people that are in forefront in this movement in our homeland. Please, ebe ọbụla onye ọbụla si wee nweta any grudges na nwanne gị mejọrọ gị maọbụ na nwanne gị chọrọ gị okwu, biko anyị gwa na obi anyị gbaghara ka anyị make a move a. Now our own good, our generations to come, generations unborn, ọ ha maka na-atara ahụhụ niile. ka ha ghara ịgabiga ihe ndị anyị na onwe anyị gabiga. Onye ọbụla so obi ya gbaghara akụkụ ọbụla, ọ bụgodu na ihe ihe enwe ike gbaghanwuru mmadụ agbaghara just because of your freedom, because of your children, because of your generations unborn. Forgive and let us move on. Please, I beg everybody. Our DPM, please, no matter what, also tamper justice with the mercy. Let us move on. Whenever they come, please accept. Let us move on. We need freedom. Only thing we need is a freedom. We don't need a katakata. Ụmụnne m ndị nọ n'obodo a ebe anyị na-achọ nnwere onwe, biko nụ anyị jikọ aka ọnụ. A sị na agbakọ mamịrị ọnụ ọgba ụfụfụ. Iweta ofuru mkpụrụ azịza ịgbajie ya once, mana ọ bụ na iweta ukwu azịza sị ka ịgbajie, you can never break it. It's only when you take only one, it's only the time you break it. But when that ukwu azịza dịkọtara ọnụ, ihe ha gbajili ya, onwe ihe karịrị unity. Let us unite, no matter differences. Please and please, ọ wụ ihe anyị yọrọ ka ọ dịrị anyị mma. Aha Chukwu okike abịa ma.
You see. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. I thank you so much for your support on the program today. We will continue to hold program here until they release our main channel. Once they release it, we go back there. But for the meantime, we'll be broadcasting here. So before we close the program, we've been here for almost 2 hours. So let us hear a message from our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano before we round up.
Great 419 these days, I look at you and I laugh at you. In the time of the ancients, once there is, a whiff of a word that this family that they give birth to thieves, believe you me, all of that name, that lineage, you will die a natural death. Because nobody will agree to marry into that family. And nobody will come there to take their daughters. That's how we are as a people. An ex-419, a murderer and a killer, was installed in Imo State, and he had the temerity. Nobody told him about what has gone before. That you don't come outside to challenge the will of God. Everything IPOB does is the will of God Almighty in heaven. That is why we pray the way we do. That is why we comport ourselves the way we do. That is why we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why we are without blemish. Insofar as the restoration of Biafra is concerned, without blemish, I'm telling you. That is why everything I say comes to pass. That is why everything that IPOB touches turns into gold. That is why we are unstoppable. That is why, despite the fact that politicians do not support us, despite the fact that all the so-called money bags do not support us, today we are the largest, most potent mass movement anywhere on earth. We are formidable. IPOB. IPOB is a spirit. When you provoke us, we turn into monsters. But in the main, we are peace-loving people. Because we are the children of God Almighty in heaven. Without God, how can we be where we are today? I ask you. With nothing. That today we give a command and the whole world stands still. Do you think it is us that is doing it? It is God Almighty in heaven, using us as instruments to make the manifestation of his will upon the lives of his children a reality in their time. That's exactly what we are doing. IPOB is a monster, I'm telling you. I commend all of you. All of you, I commend each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. We are doing that which is right before God Almighty in heaven and the sons of men on this very earth. There was the only people that actually did something decent. The decent coverage was by Vanguard newspaper. I think it's one correspondent who wrote it. It's called, what's his name again? I think a lot of them put this very piece together. Very many of them. I think Vincent Ujumadu, Festus Ahon, Chidi Wopara, Chinonsa Lozio, Gochuku, Steve Oko is there, Ikechiku, Odu Chinedu, Adon, all of them, Chimobi Wiwu, Wabweze Okonkwo, they went out onto the streets to ask questions. Because in the morning of this very, this historic lockdown, not sit at home, lockdown of Biafra land yesterday, they sought permission to say, please, if we move about to ask, we said to them, as long as you're a journalist, nothing's going to happen to you. Go and ask questions. And they did. They did. Let me give you a few headlines as to what Biafrans did yesterday. The zoo is still in a shock. That was why some people hurriedly were putting their propaganda together. 4 ESN operatives killed, arms recovered, all these idiots. Even some fools used the name of Professor Kintoye to be writing rubbish, thinking I will respond to it. I know that's what Tinubu is doing. Tinubu, that's the way they operate. They think they can use the media to hoodwink and bamboozle all of us. They don't know this. We're in a media age, and this generation is very, very savvy. They can discern, they can understand, they can interpret. Socio-economic activities paralyzed in Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra, Abia, Asaba, and Rivers. Which are you listening? You know, sometimes I wonder what Yoruba journalists gain by being mischievous and evil. There are some professions that doesn't actually suit black people. Any profession in this life that requires you to use your conscience to work for the benefit of humanity, a black person should not be occupying that position. I will enumerate later on. For the first time, Omuahia, the streets were empty. Omuahia, where I come from, is known for their stupidity and idiocy. We are the very best of the best. And I must commend Governor Obiano for building the cenotaph. He built it last year. I think it was last year he built it, but this year, you know, our people, you know, Biafrans, everything takes time. Everything takes time. I'm sure in the next 2-3 years, if this tradition continues, the whole world, only then will the world recognize that there was genocide against us. So you don't know that? If you don't say you're somewhere, nobody will quote you that you're there. We cannot be going around and saying to the world, a great injustice was done to Biafra, or Zemena, when you yourself, you're not doing anything about it. Days like yesterday is what will bring to the fore the level of injustice and mayhem visited upon Biafran people. Only then will the world consider Biafra genocide as being worthy to be mentioned in the book of those that have been killed unjustly in the history of man. I said it yesterday and I want to say it again today, that I'm commending Governor Willie Obiano, Ugwuanyi, Ikpeazu, Umahi, and Okowa of Delta State. Very, very critical. That I commend them because of the role that they played. Everybody got together and made sure that this happened. Imo State was not locked down. Thank you, my dear brother. It was chained. I claim Imo State chained. Apple. Imo State was chained. That whole way was chained. No army, no police, nobody, no. Or should I, let me focus on the editors, not the journalists themselves, the editors. What you have in the zoo is journalism. Channels TV was interviewing Wike live. Channels TV is aware that Iguacha was on lockdown. They saw the pictures and they saw the videos. Instead of them to ask the man, how come parts of River State was on lockdown? He said, I said, we are not part of them. IPOB cannot come here and tell us what to do. But I did. And they listened to me. They didn't listen to you. The day that River State was created. That was the day that the Eastern Consultative Assembly gave Ojukwu the mandate to declare Biafra. That same day, the British intelligence got wind of it through BBC. Idiots like you. After maybe 2 years, you come down there. Then it goes in here, if we don't get you before then. I say it out in the open. I don't hide it. You went, that as I've been saying, I want to go to Hague. I want to be tried in a law court anywhere in the world where all the facts about the zoo, all the nonsense you fools have been doing will be brought to public knowledge. That day, the whole world will know what you've been up to. Mad people. You remember there was a time even African referees were not allowed to referee any match because they are corrupt. As black people for you. I don't want to spend time educating Channels TV and the wannabe Hitler Wike on how Rivers was created, but I'll just touch upon it very briefly. Wike, I want you to understand that Rivers State, go to Wikipedia. After Rivers State, you will see a bracket. Inside it is Igbo, IGBO, for information. Maybe tomorrow you pay them to change it. Oh, dear me. You were created in 1967. 27th of May, 1967, you were created. Remember what I told you people about Children's Day, 27th of May. Some of you don't know these things, but I will teach you. Children's Day that you are celebrating coincides with the day that River State was created. That was the day that the Eastern Consultative Assembly gave Ojukwu the mandate to declare Biafra. That same day, the British intelligence got wind of it through BBC correspondent in Enugu. And Britain called Gowon and told Gowon what was happening and gave Gowon this advice. That they themselves, being the British, the best way they have used over the centuries to conquer people is by dividing them. Divide them first, then you go and conquer them. Divide and rule. And go on that same 27 children, as I told you, the reason why they call it Children's Day. People don't know how important 27th of May is. It was on that same day as they were deliberating that River State was created. That same day. Are you following? People didn't actually go to school, writing rubbish and talking nonsense about the Constitution and all that rubbish. I look at them and I laugh because they are not educated. They didn't go to school. I went to Government College, University of Nigeria, and Nsukka. Of course, SBS, Iguacha, School of Basic Studies in Port Harcourt. I went to London Metropolitan University. We are well read. We are well read. We know what we're talking about. On that 27th of May, as British intelligence MI5 got wind of the fact that the Eastern Consultative Assembly had granted Ojukwu the right to proclaim Biafra on the 27th, they told Gowon to divide Biafra. That same day, and River State was created. Weak, are you listening? Because you don't know history. You're a fool. You know this Rivers. I'm a Rivers man. How old are you? You're just like those shouting one Nigeria every blessed day. Idiotic, moronic set of people. A man is 80-something years old, older than Nigeria by over 20-something years. And I'm asking you, before you became a Nigerian, who were you? They cannot answer. That is one thing I hold against Nigerians. And I will keep on holding it until their shame will sink into them. Wike, I'm asking you, how old were you in 1967? Wike, I'm asking you. That was when your Rivers was created. And you proceeded to go and start stealing properties belonging to your brothers. Because you don't want the land to kill you. That's why you said you are no longer Igbo. Idiot like you. If some of you have been following the news lately, you will see that they said it has passed the second reading or third reading, their restructuring bill. In that restructuring bill, they are now proposing to create a new state called Anioma State, with the capital in Ahaba, which some of you call Asaba, of course, because you're ignorant, you're all products of colonial rule anyway. And they plan to add it into Southeast. Ahaba. Delta State, Nioma, but not River State, because Fulani is very lazy. They need to do to the rest of you what they did to Ogoni people. Then your eyes will open. By the time they'll be dealing with, by the time they'll be dealing with you, you'll be shouting and nobody will listen to you. Allow Wike to keep misleading all of you, like the idiots that some of you are. We used to have the same problem everywhere around Biafra land until we said no, enough is enough. We can go on, created you, Rivers, 27th of May 1967, the same day that the lives of Frank Opigo from Okrika, for your information, and a German was in Enugu advising Ojukwu. That same period, that same day, that same 27th, Ojukwu said, what shall we call this our new nation? After they had passed the resolution. And a German, I'm saying this because of this Niger Delta, I'm a nation, other rubbish. I want you to listen to me very carefully. And a German rose up, Chief Frank Opigo, and said, the name of our new nation shall be Biafra. And Ojukwu asked him, why Biafra? Because Ojukwu himself, even a historian, an Oxford-trained historian, did not know. Frank Opigo whispered to him, not in here, I will tell you later what Biafra means. Do you know how God works? Ojukwu did not quibble. He did not argue. If Ojukwu wanted to dominate other people, if Igbos had wanted to dominate other people, Ojukwu would have just said, this new nation shall be called Igbo nation, isn't it? But you see, these people, I don't know. They said that the zoo army is in Abao, they're looking for trouble.
You have heard the message of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are going to continue this message in the evening. So try to connect in the evening. Tell others that now we are broadcasting in Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV. Share the program on your platform. Share the program to family and friends. Make sure that you invite others to join us. We have shifted from David Harbour channel to Biafra Exodus Hard TV. That is where we'll be broadcasting morning and evening now until they lift the ban we have on the Biafra channel TV. Thank you so much for being part of the program. See you again later in the evening. Stay blessed, and may Chukwu guide and protect every one of you that have been part of this room. Thank you so much, and stay blessed.
This is not wicked word. This is not Confucian word. Listen to Palibran. I'm really telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The river they go. The river they go. Opposite Udi. But the right hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver. The driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the pali boy. See no day for talk. See no day for talk. If better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver wait you.